Hello, Chris Lee and Chase Robinson of Southeastern 16 here to preview what's left of Texas A&M and Southern Cal in the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl in Las Vegas, Nevada, Friday, December 27th, 9:30 Central. You can catch that on ESPN. Bet Online, last I checked, had A&M by 2.5 with an over-under of 50, making for an implied final score of A&M 26-24. My model had A&M by about 2. That because Southern Cal played a lot of close games, probably a better team than the record indicated, but God only knows with this one. We got stars opting out on both sides, and it's not going to look anything like I would have hoped it looked like, given who will not play.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is a game that would have been really fascinating to me if both teams were at full strength, because USC has been in some really close games this year and against some really good teams, but not able to pull it out. But when you look at A&M, obviously, there's a lot of stars that are going to be out of this game. Some have moved on already to other places. Some are opting out, and same for USC. So this game, I feel like we could say this with all bowl games, looks much different.
All right, let's talk about when A&M's got the ball. I know you got some graphics we'll pull up. These might be a little bit more relevant on this side. A&M, of course, can be led by Marcel Reed, who's been the quarterback for the latter half of the season. I think A&M's opt-out seemed to be more on the offensive or the defensive side of the ball rather than the offensive. Obviously, Wegman's a big one, but Reed's going to run the offense anyway. I think Barry Alexander may be out for this one. What do you make of this side of the matchup here, Chase?
Yeah, you look at Connor Wegman, who shared snaps with Reed this season. Wegman signed with Houston, so it's Reed now who gets the football. He's thrown the ball for 1,500 plus yards, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions this season, and at times has looked like a good spark for this A&M team. And if Moss plays, that could be big, and he's been good. There's been injuries on that side of the ball, but look, I think Marcel Reed, the fact that he can run the ball, he can throw the ball, he can do a little bit of everything, I think really helps the case for Texas A&M offensively. It looks like they'll have most of their offensive line again too. I believe Cyrus Allen, wide receivers in the portal, but they should have some of those guys. And hasn't been a really pass-heavy team or successful passing the football, but I think that they have enough pieces offensively to kind of keep rolling with what they've been doing.
And by the way, I said Barry Alexander's out. He wasn't a real big part of what they did this year. Hadn't really played since September, but that's a name that people know that's in the portal. Let's flip sides of the matchup, talk about Southern Cal's offense against A&M's defense, where we got a lot of guys missing. First, a reminder, BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen, with the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today. Don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here. Okay, you can see the numbers in front of you. Miller Moss obviously has moved on to Louisville, had a nice season for the Trojans. I have seen Jaden Maeva, who's their backup, play when he was at UNLV, and he's a really gifted ball player. He's kind of a dual threat guy. This year threw for 906 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 picks, sacked 4 times. As a runner, he was 17 for 49, but I think he's probably a little better maybe than the stats indicate. Now, that said, A&M's defense probably as talented as Southern Cal's faced all year, or for the most part, but, some big names out for the Aggies in this one, Chase.
Yeah, Nick Scorton and Shamar Stewart, who worked the ends on that defensive front. They are opting out of the game. You've got a linebacker who and another defensive end who TJ Shannon, inside linebacker, is transferring out. You got a backup defensive end who's transferring out. And so, yeah, the defense is going to look much different, especially when you're missing those two guys up front like Scorton and Stewart. So that's going to, I feel like, make it a little tougher for A&M to maybe get the stops they would have if they have been at full strength. I still think A&M has the pieces, though, especially I don't know what Shamar Turner, I think he's still deciding what to do. If he's in the game, that could change things. If he doesn't play, that most certainly could change things for A&M defensively. But there are some big names out on this defensive side of the ball, but still, I think they have enough pieces to make the stops they need to. But it could hurt A&M with all the guys they have missing on defense.
Okay, picks and why. I'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, when you obviously this game is hard to gauge. There's a lot of guys out on both teams. I think A&M has enough guys offensively to be able to do some good things, to be able to score the football. Defense is what I'm concerned about for A&M, which is really the opposite of my concern during the season, because I was more concerned with them on offense. But look, I mean, again, it's hard to gauge. They're going to be having a different quarterback in is USC. I'm gonna take Texas A&M in this game. I think they have enough guys offensively to score the football, and I think they have enough defensively to make the stops they need.
Yeah, I said the line was about 2.5. Looks like it's moved to 3.5, at least some other places. I haven't checked that online this morning. But look, Texas A&M, I guess, at least the identity of the offense is still there. This is a team that ran the ball really well, gave a lot of talented defenses fits running the ball at times. You've still got Marcel Reed, who's been hard to contain. You've got some, even though Moss is out, I think Ruben Owens came back in the year. A&M still got some guys that can run the ball. I think Maeva's a wild card. He's pretty talented and not the kind of guy that you see a lot. So, like, if Southern Cal wins this game, am I shocked? No, because it's bowl season in this decade, and God only knows what you're going to get with the opt-outs and everything. Yeah. So, keep an eye on all those things, and we'll be here to talk about it afterwards. To get that, hit the subscribe button. Enable your notifications so you know when we go live. We're doing football, baseball, basketball. We're really having the basketball right now. In case you haven't heard, the SEC's pretty good there. But hope you'll check us out for all those things. For Chase Robinson, I'm Chris Lee. You've been watching Southeastern 16, presented by BetOnline.